Joining us now on the post-game show. Hello, everybody. I'm Peter Freya alongside Coach Jones. Coach, it's a tough one, no other way to put it, but I want to bring up the resiliency your team showed in the third, a 12-0 run. You did everything you could. Again, just the baskets fell in their favor at the very end. Similar story of how you beat them a few weeks ago. What's the feel of the team right now after that?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a hard one to swallow because I think we kind of did it to ourselves. We were out-rebounded by 9. We struggled, obviously, to put the ball in the basket, and we just weren't finding a flow on offense. And their best players really took over and made some big shots, and we struggled to slow them down.
Looking as well, one player to shout out as well before we get to the seniors, Jessie Pekaski. Just her role has increased as time's going on. She did a great job defensively today. What's she been able to mean to this team?
Yeah, I mean, she's subbing in there for big defensive stops. Their best player, Oliver, being able to get to the rim like that. It wasn't just Jessie. We needed to have better gaps and slow her down. We knew they were going to go to her or to 25, Richardson. But Jessie stepped up and played some really big defensive minutes, especially for us.
Senior day today, let's take a moment and recognize, because again, it's the final home game. Still, you control your own destiny. We'll get to that in a minute. But what have these seniors meant to you, so many of them stepping up today?
Yeah, I'm just bummed for them that we didn't get the win today for them. And I'm just really proud of where they've put us. I think their leadership has put us in a position that we can still control our own destiny. It's hard to lose one like this on senior day and at home when it was right there. But they have stepped up and been big-time leaders for us, and I think really helped to change the mindset of how we approach every day. That's put us in a really good position here towards the end of the season.
Well, Coach, it's been one of the most historic seasons this program's had in a while, so thank you to you for what you've done to the players. Before we end today, though, we still talked about you control your own destiny. You got 2 tough ones on the road, but they're games that if you play like you do for most of the game, they can come up victorious. What's this next week going to look like?
Yeah, we need to get healthy. One, we're pretty under the weather, which I felt like you could see today, and we struggled a little bit to get into transition. So first thing is to just get healthy. But I told them, after the game just now, that next week becomes that much more important. There's so much that can happen 3 through 8 right now in the conference that nothing is secured, and so we have to fight and take care of ourselves.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, good luck these next 2 weeks. I hope to see you back on the 25th.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Coach. Again, that was Coach Jones joining us in the post-game show. Again, no other easy way to put it. It's one she wanted for the seniors, the fans wanted for the seniors. They got to become the road warriors now. They have to be able to go on the road. They have to be able to defeat the likes of Elmhurst and Milliken. Milliken, 1 win behind them right now in the standings. Again, that battle right now for that 3 and 4, it's extended because of that win today. It extends past just the likes of Milliken, past just the likes of North Central, past just the likes of Wheaton. With that rubber match victory, Wheaton has an opportunity now to be not only that number 4 seed, but if they win out and Carthage loses out, well, guess what? Wheaton could become the 3 seed. So a team that was tied with just a few seconds remaining in this contest, if they now win out, they have an opportunity to host. From being eliminated to hosting, it just shows you folks the beauty of CCIW basketball. Let's take a look at the final stats before we move on to prep for the men's game. Again, leading scorers for the Firebirds. 21 points for Mariana Morrissey, 16 for Emma Thistle, 9 for Malia Green, 4 for Cord off the bench, and 5 for Alyssa Orozco. On the Wheaton side of things, Richardson ends with 7, Martin with 7, Kaiser with 12, but the powerhouse, she took over the contest in the final 60 seconds of the game. Oliver, both layups on that right side, the crushing blow against the Firebirds. So looking ahead once again to set the scene for the CCIW, Carthage on the road Wednesday at Elmhurst, Saturday at Milliken. They win out, they still remain the 3 seed. If they win one of 2, things get interesting. If they lose them both, folks, they could be eliminated if they end with only 8 wins. Who else is up against them? Wheaton. The huge victory against Carthage. They then go home against Milliken on Wednesday and North Central next Saturday. So Wheaton, if they win out and Carthage loses out, Milliken finds a way to get another win. It's Carthage on the road potentially. So much is at stake these next few games. Folks, we want you to make sure you enjoy yourself. 60-57, your final. What could be the final home broadcast for us on the Firebird Broadcasting Network for the women's hoop sides. We want to thank you. There is still a good chance they're back home on the 25th, whether as the 3 or 4th seed. Once again, Carthage has to do some work on the road. I want to thank you for being with us this season. If indeed this is the end, for executive producer Mike Love, producer John Voinovich, assistant producer Laura Stockham, alongside Allison, Owen, Yam, Ainsley, Matt, and Dan, it is a student-produced broadcast, none better in the CCIW. This program has been a presentation of Firebird Broadcast Productions and Carthage College, copyright 2025. 60-57, your final on the Firebird Broadcasting Network.